Okay, this will just be a before and after video. So this area I've already done because I backed down the driveway and the pole was hit, and now it's replaced. It's a steel one there. They actually put the new one further toward the or closer to the driveway, so now it's right on the driveway, and the previous one was just down there. But anyway, I digress. So I've already done this, you know, I've just sort of trimmed every plant. The growth was up to here and you couldn't really see the pole, so just trimmed the grass back. So that's already done. The fern garden I've got to mulch. I'm not going to use the ordinary type of mulch. I'm going to use wood chips, because the work I do now, the product I use, I want it to last the longest. That's seaside daisy, and I want to plant that up around here. So, and they're funnel web houses or holes. So we'll have to be careful of our neighbours there. There's the other one there. So there's a path that goes up and around here, and I have to mulch this area up. Not the stone, but just around there, and further up here. So just through here. The garden shed had a climber. It's died, so I have to get rid of all that. And around the back here, I built a catchment about 8 years ago to catch the leaves so they wouldn't go under the shed there. So I'll clean that up. That's the climber on the other side of the shed. So I'll spruce it all up. And also the citrus garden, I'm going to put mulch on that too. So there's 3 fairly big areas I have to mulch up. So there's other work I've got to do too, so I'll get cracking. Okay, you know it's hot when it's 50 degrees Celsius in the sun. Makes for hot work, hard work. So I'm doing these steps at the moment. I actually did about 3.5 wheelbarrow mixes, fairly full. You wouldn't think so, but I used 5 bags of sand and almost 2 bags of cement. It's not able to see there how thick the steps are. Probably about 100 millimeters. So that's that section there, and this is probably about 100 millimeter strip. And yeah, that's how much I use. So if you're ever doing this type of work, it always pays to have like stacks extra than you think you'll need on hand. Okay, the work's been done. was very hot during the gardening work. One of the thermometers was in the sun and it was 50 degrees Celsius. Yeah, so that's the fern garden. We planted a fair amount of small ferns. You can just see the cages around the ferns because the local animals come in out of the bush and eat and trample on them. So I protect them. Okay, that's a citrus garden, and I planted a few plants here. This is actually the same type of plant. This would have been planted in the 70s. I got that from down along the driveway. And this is one I bought just the other day. It's the same type of plant, but this one's been genetically altered. You can see it's got a bigger, rounder leaf. Unfortunately, it was very hot the last week. This is the garden path. I'll put the step in there. That's white sand and white cement. It's got a grip surface on it. It actually took about 5 bags of sand and 2 bags of cement. So I threw a new plant in there. He's going really well. And here's the same type of plant as this one here. This one's been in the ground for about 6 years. And he's doing really well this year. He's never bloomed like that before. But that's the same plant. I cleaned out behind the garden shed. So this is my to-do list. So I've sort of worked my way through all of that. It's a fair amount to get done. So it all takes time. If you're thinking of buying a house instead of renting, probably just want to consider this type of thing. This is all work that has to be done to keep the house up to a good standard. If you can't do it, somebody else will do it, and they won't do it properly, and you'll pay them big money. I've had positive electrical leads just left live in the ceiling, and other very expensive work and damage caused. So you're better off doing it yourself. It's much cheaper. So yeah, that's just about all done. Just like to say that that's not a renovation, that's just work that's built up, that's needed to be done over about 1 or 2 year period, 1.5 to 2 years. It's just stuff that needs to be maintained and done around the house.